Tory ministers will force thousands of landlords to pay for a license in a new crackdown, despite branding a licensing plan nonsensical when Labour announced it just 8 months ago. People who run a multiple occupancy home, HMO, of 5 or more bedrooms in England will need a licence from their local council under a scheme to be announced today. Housing Minister Alok Sharma boasted the power, unveiled after a long delay, will let councils crack down on rogue landlords and kick them out of the business for good. Licensing is also backed by Shelter and Mayor of London Sadiq Khan. Yet Mr. Sharma's predecessor Gavin Barwell, who is now Theresa May's chief of staff, attacked a Labour pledge to extend landlord licensing as misjudged and nonsensical in May this year. He branded the election pledge a tenants' tax that would hit every tenant in the pocket with higher rents and swamp the market with municipal red tape that will force up costs and reduce supply. He also claimed license fees of up to £750 per home would be passed on to tenants. Labour insisted fees were £150 per home. Despite Mr. Barwell's comments, both parties have now vowed to extend the licensing of landlords, in different ways. Labour pledged to give individual councils the freedom to license all landlords in their local area if they wanted to. By contrast, the Tories will force HMO landlords in England to obtain a licence from the council for each qualifying home they run. However, under the Tory plans, landlords of nearly 4 million non-HMO properties will remain unlicensed. Currently only HMOs with 3 or more stories are included in licensing rules, so the extension will bring around 160,000 HMOs in flats or smaller buildings under the licensing system for the first time. Fees will be set by individual councils, as they are now, and the plans will have to be approved by Parliament. In a separate crackdown, landlords who are convicted of relevant serious crimes like stalking or burglary will be barred from letting homes from April 2018. The government will also revive pledges to fine dodgy landlords and £30,000 and protect tenants from revenge evictions. Mr. Sharma said, "Every tenant has a right to a safe, secure and decent home. But some are being exploited by unscrupulous landlords who profit from providing overcrowded, squalid and sometimes dangerous homes. Enough is enough, and so I'm putting these rogue landlords on notice: shape up or ship out of the rental business." A senior Tory source dismissed suggestions the government's plan was similar to Labour's, saying, "They are different schemes." The source suggested Labour's plans seem to go further by charging every private landlord for a licence, not just those in charge of HMOs. The source added, "Mandatory licensing will raise standards and reduce overcrowding in these smaller HMOs, and those rogue landlords who will not comply will no longer be able to operate in the HMO sector."